Whether you're a 73-year-old or a 39-year-old, at this moment, you're somebody who's either left the Congress, leaving the Congress, or thinking about leaving the Congress. I'm Barkha Dutt, you're with the Mojo Story, and we're looking today at both among the youngest and the oldest exits from the Congress party. If it was Jaiveer Shergill yesterday, it is Ghulam Nabi Azad today. Ghulam Nabi Azad, in fact, while exiting, went for Rahul Gandhi, went for the jugular, and spoke about Rahul Gandhi being glaringly immature and a non-serious leader. Jaiveer Shergill spoke about sycophancy and chamchagiri. This is only the latest in a series of exits. In fact, we were trying to count today, and it's difficult to keep count the number of people who have left. You're seeing some of those images on your screen. Some have migrated and joined the BJP. Some are thinking about forming their own parties. Some have joined other parties. But will anything change in the Congress? Will a mutiny save the Congress from itself? Or will it be just chalta hai? And in the face of a grim reality, will the Congress, in fact, self-implode? All of these questions and more to our newsmaker today, Jaiveer Shergill, who till 2 days ago could have been described as a Congress leader. He's a lawyer, a young face of the party, was a national spokesperson, defended the party valiantly, and then finally got fed up. And as I said, whether you're 39 or 73, I guess the mood is the same. So, Jaiveer, I have to start by asking you, how do you go from being someone whose job it is to defend the party to losing faith in the party yourself?
Barkha, thanks for having me on your show. For your viewers, why this decision and what led to it? I do not hail from any political family. I'm a first generation politician who joined via talent hunt program. 8 years, more than 8 years, I have worked on one single post, neither an MLA, neither an MP, because today a lot of muck has thrown people that you got this and you got that. So what led to it? Consistently, especially after 2019 elections, I saw the transition where merit, capability, and calling spade a spade started getting trumped by this sycophancy, by this club of chamchas, by cheerleaders. Only those batsmen who consistently used to get out on duck, only those bowlers who consistently used to throw no balls were getting appointments, were getting space for the simple reason that they were close to this cabal and this coterie. So this transition is what led me to that. Second aspect which led me, I joined Congress with a specific purpose to serve the people. And when you do that, but when you see the decision making in the party is not now weighed in the scale of the interest of the people, it is not weighed in the scales of wins and losses. It is weighed depending on the mood swings, depending on the personal interest of those darbaris. So these were the two big red flags which led me to exit.
And you speak about the club of chamchas, the chamchagiri, the sycophancy, and today somebody several decades your senior is almost making the same point. In fact, he said that decisions in the Congress are taken only by Rahul Gandhi, or worse, his security guards. I'm, of course, quoting from Ghulam Nabi Azad's farewell resignation that really questioned Rahul Gandhi's leadership. And I was looking at this comment, security guards, and I saw that you had endorsed it. What does it actually mean? Does it mean, someone could say there was a generational divide between Rahul Gandhi and Ghulam Nabi Azad, but there was no generational divide between you and Rahul Gandhi. So what was your experience?
Barkha, firstly, I'm not joining any causes or with Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad. I will speak only on my personal experience. Yes, right from ticket distribution, right from appointments within the organization, recently, and it has started happening, and right for even you'll be shocked, recommending ministers in the two state governments, what we have left, you can see fingerprints of these chamchas and darbaris and security guards who are in this close proximity of the top leadership. So today, the qualification to get an appointment, if you the whispers in the corridor, or rather an open secret in the corridor is, उसने ये वो उनके करीब था उन पीए के उस दफ्तर में बैठता है, उन्होंने नियुक्ति करवा दी. और जो बेचारे एआईसीसी का दरवाजा नहीं लांग सकते, जो सिक्योरिटी गार्ड और पीए को नहीं जानते, उनको वो ठन ठन गोपाल. So that is the reality. As I said, merit zero. You answer me. You have much more experience, and we all have learned from you, seeing you growing up. 5-0. You drew a blank in the state elections. 2019. How come same individual who deposit elections, same individuals who are in charges of these states who led to election, are still sitting there? Why? Because it is a sinister, it's a cozy club of this mandali. That is what is at play. And Barkha, I'll say one more thing. दो प्रकार के नेता हैं कांग्रेस में. एक जिनके लिए घर कांग्रेस पार्टी है, दूसरा जिनका घर कांग्रेस से चलता है. तो जिनका घर कांग्रेस से चलता है, आज वो उन पे भारी हो गए हैं जिनके लिए कांग्रेस घर था.
मुझे आप एक बात बताइए कि आप ने छोड़ दिया, गुलाम नबी आजाद ने छोड़ दिया, ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया ने छोड़ दिया, जितिन प्रसाद ने छोड़ दिया, हरप्रीत सिंह ने छोड़ दिया, कपिल सिब्बल ने छोड़ दिया, अश्विनी कुमार ने छोड़ दिया, शायद मैं कुछ मिस कर, हाँ, हार्दिक पटेल ने छोड़ दिया, सुनील जाखड़ ने छोड़ दिया. क्या इससे कांग्रेस में कुछ बदलाव आएगा? कांग्रेस हिलेगी इससे?
बरखा जी, हूँ मैं वैसे पंजाब से, और पर हरियाणा से मैं अक्सर बाय रोड ट्रैवल करता हूँ पंजाब पहुंचने. हरियाणा की बसेस के पीछे, सरकारी के पीछे बिल्कुल ऐसे अच्छी तरह लिखा हुआ है, ये तो ऐसे ही चलेगी. एनीबडी, nobody should be under the disbelief, or sorry, rather a belief, or under any form of disillusion that these exits will repair or reform anything in the Congress party. A very close friend of mine once told me, Indian National Congress is a glacier. Parts will break away, it will not learn, it will finally melt. So I am too junior to comment on the future of the Congress party, but no, it is the Congress hijack by these darbaris is complete. It is immune to any form of positive criticism, and that is the reason even the Congress space in the opposition space is shrinking day by day.
So I'm really fascinated by this Haryana, as it were, truck message. कि ये तो you can say it in the Haryanvi accent. Say it again.
ये तो ऐसे ही चलेगी.
No, but now you're saying it in Hindi. Say it in Haryanvi.
ये तो ऐसे ही चलेगी.
ये तो ऐसे ही चलेगी. Basically, what you're saying is nothing will actually come in the way of the Congress. What would you call it? Complacency, denialism? What is the word you'd use? Are they in denial? Do they think कि भाई जिसको जाना है जाए? What is it that you're picking up?
I think there are two major reasons for it. Number one, this cabal, this coterie, has convinced the top leadership that my way or the highway is the only approach to ensure that the grip of this coterie remains on the organizational structure of the Congress party. Secondly, this coterie has been very successful in this strategy. They are transforming Indian National Congress from formidable political party to a poorly mismanaged run NGO. So in their mathematical calculation, the election wins and losses does not feature at all. And to give you a fine example, Barkha, history when USSR was breaking, the Soviet was breaking. Like we have the chief minister, they used to have the generals of these provinces. Generals, selfish generals said, जो चीज हाथ में आ रही है उस पर कब्जा कर लो. किसी के पास टैंक आया, किसी के पास महल आया, किसी के पास घर आया, वो कह रहा है यूएसएसआर जाए भाड़ में जाए, जो हमारे हाथ लग रहा है उस पर खड़े हो जाओ और कब्जा कर लो. The truth of the matter is this coterie cabal is that they are not interested that Indian National Congress should be saved, it should return to the glory. They are only busy either throwing muck at the people who give positive criticism or retaining in their the political post which serves their interests.
Now, the Congress is turning around and saying that the people who are leaving, and it's a generalization that doesn't apply to all, but certainly they've said it about Ghulam Nabi Azad, that their own track record is poor, their own electability is under question, that they claim कि जो जा रहे हैं वो तो जाने लायक है. Now, of course, you're seeing the images of those who have left. Your picture is among them, and everybody has a very different career, so you can't actually generalize. But how do you respond to the Congress criticism? Jairam Ramesh today saying कि भाई इनका तो DNA modified हो गया है. basically saying that all of you basically want to switch sides to the BJP.
Barkha, I think it is a classic trait. When a kid consistently fails in the exams, they either blame the teacher to putting up a wrong question paper, or they know the teacher does not know anything. But the end result is the kid is failing consistently. He doesn't realize that. The truth of the matter is the Congress party, rather than introspecting, the leaders, this cabal, rather than introspecting the reasons for people leaving, keep themselves busy in trolling, in attacking, because there is an inherent competition now within this coterie who will please the boss more. So the barometer is not who will win elections more, but who will prove their loyalty more, who will abuse the outgoing person more. It is sad, it is unfortunate. No army in this world whose general has promoted ridicule of their own soldiers, whose general has turned away from those soldiers who mean well from the army, has ever succeeded.
Let me ask you this: do you blame the
And Barka,
cabal?
let me tell you one, because
Yeah.
this issue, sorry, I'm cutting you. This issue is very close to my heart, because I also have a 7-year-old daughter. On one hand, and I respect him in very much, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, even today. He's a well meaning individual. On one hand, he stands up and hugs the prime minister in the parliament to show this is Congress culture. On the other hand, when Mr. Kapil Sibal spoke and his grandchildren were in his house, the in youth Congress people, the workers of the so-called these people promoted through things at his house. Look at the
Yeah.
sheer hypocrisy. Is that our Indian? And I was ashamed that day. So the point I'm trying to say is this this sycophancy, this cheerleading, this race to outdo each other to prove their loyalty is hollowing the Congress party like termite hollows the wood.
Like termite hollows the wood. So the question is this: do you blame the cabal, the coterie, the security guards, the PA, or do you blame the leadership? And if you blame the leadership, please also look at the situation of your ex-party, which hasn't had a full-time president for 2 years, while it's facing an existential crisis. Rahul Gandhi has again said no. Who do you blame? Do you blame Rahul Gandhi? Do you blame Sonia Gandhi? Do you blame Priyanka Gandhi? Who do you blame for this crisis?
No, Barkha, being a lawyer, I think we have a concept called the vicarious liability. A
Yeah.
CEO of the company is responsible equally if they take credit for profit, and they have to take credit for losses. The point is, and the sad part is, a lot of people believe that we are befuddled. What is the reason that even the top leadership is now a victim? ये भी शिकार हो गए हैं इन दरबारियों के. I think it is the primary duty of the top leadership to hold the fort together, to hold their army together, because my way or the highway is, as I used it earlier, is again a disease which is plaguing our organization. So, yes, the fault lies in both.
Is it as difficult to meet Rahul Gandhi for Congress leaders as is always said from a Himanta Biswa, who today said, you know what, when I said this years ago, you all didn't believe me. Today, Ghulam Nabi Azad is saying the same thing. You're a young guy. You were the spokesperson for the party. You needed to obviously meet your leader. Could you meet him?
For the past 1.5 years, I have been seeking a one-on-one audience with all the three Gandhis, and I have not got that audience.
With either of them or with none of them together? With them together or with them separately?
Separately, with none of them, with all three. I have been in a public, and I've been in a public gathering where they were present, but I have not gone one-on-one audience. Madam Sonia Gandhi met me where the picture you're showing is in 2020. We had a long 40-minute conversation. Not that I've had very good conversations with Mr. Rahul Gandhi also in the past, but over the past 1.5, 2 years, just because I did my work, kept in my lane, did not pander, did not curry a favor with certain cabal or a coterie, or my spine is intact, I did not get the appointment. And that is why I took the call. And as the famous Hindi, there is somebody written very beautifully, अगर सीख लेते हम भी चापलूसी का पैंतरा, अगर सीख लेते हम भी चापलूसी का पैंतरा, तो कई पदों से नवाजे जाते, पर जमीर बेच के जमींदार कहलाना हमें कबूल नहीं है.
तो आप कह रहे हैं कि राहुल गांधी से मिलने के लिए आपको अपॉइंटमेंट लेनी पड़ती है, आप उनको सीधा फोन उठा के फोन नहीं कर सकते कि भाई राहुल मैं आपको मिलने आ रहा हूँ.
आप देखिए, मैं बहुत छोटा सा प्यादा हूँ. This is not Mr. Rahul Gandhi's grievance or a bashing session. Yes, I have bid farewell, but yes, accessibility is a very, very, very big issue. Sometimes even the chief ministers of a state cannot access if they are not in the favorites, and sometimes a person who's the closest to the cabal and the coterie can meet him in 5 minutes. But yes, I think it's an individual experience, and it'll be wrong for me to generalize it.
But your own experience has been that for 1.5 years, you've been trying to get an appointment, and you believe that because you were not a chaplus, you couldn't get that meeting.
Yes, not a chaplus of this coterie and cabal. That not playing ringa ringa roses around them, not running up to them कि sir madam मेरा ये करवा दीजिए वो करवा दीजिए. No, I came to the party through a talent hunt program. I'm grateful to Shrimati Sonia Gandhi. We worked, we came on your TV shows, we defended the party, we went to different states, got abused, got trolls. My daughter got a rape threat because of the stand I used to take for Congress party. But yes, all that I can bear. But if I have to bow down, compromise on my spine, then clear answer is no. Then I'm very well sitting in my home.
Before we let you go, what is your plan next?
The future plans should be known in the future, but I'm not leaving the political space. I joined it with a specific purpose to serve the people of Punjab, to people of India. I love being amongst the public, and I am not letting these coterie and cabal win and send me into oblivion from the political space.
Well, good luck to you, Jaiveer. And I mean, the
Thank you.
Congress is in existential crisis and just doesn't seem to see it. तो मुझे तो भाई वही हरियाणा का जो स्लोगन है ट्रक के पीछे वही कि
ये तो ऐसे ही चलेगी.
ये तो ऐसे ही चलेंगे. Jaiveer Shergill, all the best to you. Take care.
Thank you.
And see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.